YouTube family, what it do? Like the title says, should African American schools teach our children conflict resolution and how to spend their money when they get older? Basically, recycling, the importance of us recycling our dollars. Okay, I agree upon the conflict resolution because a lot of our people, if you don't agree with, if African Americans don't agree with each other, they'll hate you. And I don't see that with other ethnicities. Other ethnicities is kind of on some stuff like this, like, okay, I don't agree with this person's point of view, but he or she is a good person. We don't tick like that. And I feel that it has to be taught to our youth, conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? I may have said it wrong, but you guys know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Some of our so-called smartest people that are educated know how to speak. They're controlled. They lead us the wrong way. And we don't ever get anywhere. So if you look in the past, a lot of leaders that didn't even have high school diplomas and all that led the people to a better situation than the educated, controlled ones that will woo you. So basically, I'm not a leader like that, but if I say a word or two wrong, it doesn't mean that I'm unintelligent at all. So if we're going to help our situation that we have now, which unfortunately African Americans have a kill culture. It's negative. If you don't agree with me, I think you're a bad person. You know, if you go on certain basically online videos, not videos, excuse me, like online media takeout, whole bunch of them. And all you hear is this, beep, 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 bitch, beep, beep, beep. You know what I'm saying? In our culture, that's entertaining to us. Don't you think that's a kill culture? Or I'm gonna shoot you, you know, with this, and I'd sell drugs, you know, things like that. Isn't that like a kill culture? Well, if we want to change things, we're gonna have to teach the youth. And that comes with conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, peoples. I just got off work. A lot of brain. You know, like I used to be like, I don't do that anymore. Just because someone sees something different than me doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Especially when it's people that look like me. They're not bad people. They just see things differently. Like my best friend, you know, he believes in the shot and all that stuff. And I was opposed of it back in the days, you know, anything dealing with that. But we're still best friends. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a good person. That's conflict resolution. And we have to teach our children. The adults that's already out there that trip off, you know, their people just because they think something differently, even with religion. They have a low conflict resolution, like they have a low understanding of really what a good person is. That's what high schoolers, that's what junior high kids, how they look at stuff. You know what I'm saying? You gotta agree with me 100% or else. That doesn't define a good person. So I feel conflict resolution is needed upon our youth, and extremely bad, because it's brothers right now shooting each other because of conflict resolution, lacking of it. It's brothers that want to do business, but then that person is a Muslim, and then the other person is a Christian, or another person doesn't believe in religion, but that person is great to do. That's conflict resolution, because if they could agree and do business together, and good business, it shouldn't matter what background that person is. We're having a lot of issues with each other as a people because we have a low understanding of conflict resolution. Everybody has to be the same as us or think the same. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't go like that. That's those things that they claim that we are: Christians, Muslims, African Americans, Africans, Jamaicans. Take all those titles away, we the same goddamn people. We beef amongst each other because we want to be better than each other. We're competing against each other. So isn't this called the human race? So if black is racing, white is racing, Asian is racing, and trying to get their communities better, do you help the other team? We do. Black people help everybody but themselves. And you know what? It's our fault for doing that. But this is why we have to have talks about conflict resolution amongst each other. On my brother's spot, it's Africans, it's West Indies brothers and sisters, it's brothers and sisters from France, it's brothers and sisters from everywhere in America. We're all together. We don't give a what. So let me break this down. Have you ever heard white people saying, I'm a German American, I'm a French American? They're white. But we want to be, oh, I'm Muslim, I'm Moor, I'm this, and those are given names. Stop it. We have to get down to what unity brings. So adults are not going to listen. You're done, as in how you think. It's hard to change an adult. We have to change the children. And it's harmless. And white people who watch this, or other ethnicities, we're not going to create nukes. We're not going to harm you guys. Leave us alone. We're sick of making you money. It's nothing the matter with us being peaceful and recycling our dollars. Now I know who was on. It went to zero, as in people watching. But any brothers and sisters that watch this later, you know dang well, if we unite, it's a peaceful unity. We don't harm other cultures. We're not trying to kill other cultures. We're not trying to hurt them. As much as the media says that we were trying to hurt Asians and all this stuff, that was a small population of ignorant black folks. So, as in teaching our youth, meaning children in elementary school, with how to recycle our dollars, I feel is needed, because we give our dollars to everybody else to develop their infrastructure. And are they supposed to care about us? No. We have to learn that as a young men and young women. When you get a Fendi bag, when you get a Mercedes, when you get I could go on and on. You're building their infrastructure. It's as simple as that. You're building it. And they take the money and make their communities better. We don't even understand that. And then we wonder why nothing gets done in our communities, because we don't put money, and we're not patient, and we're not understanding when we give our dollars to our people, our restaurants, our, like my brother's spot, a tech and web developer, online business that creates great websites, customized websites. You're not interested. So how are these Black-owned businesses going to develop? How? You look down upon it. That's why we have to teach the children, because we know we're not going to get to the adults, because it's been too much brainwashing. A lot of our businesses that we have had in the past has been dominated by thieves. One of them right now still begging for money, Dr. Umar. I'm sorry to hate, but it's real. He got me for 300, almost 400 bucks. I'm gonna tell the world. And that school still isn't finished. All you have to do is get a general contractor. But you know what? It's my fault, because I gave it to him. I didn't research Dr. Umar. Brothers and sisters, stop spending your money with emotions. Why do we spend our money with our emotions? We give it to the pastor. We give it to Dr. Umar. We give it to Jay Morrison because they can speak a good game. A lot of people that are progressive, that have great ideas, that are leaders, they can't really speak. Stop spending your money with people that are tricksters. They're tricking you out your money. You're spending your money to the so-called leaders we have with emotions. Emotions. And they don't do anything for the community. What does God need with money? I've been trying to figure that out. So why are you giving pastors like all this bread? And because you're paying for entertainment. It's wild. The people who deserve to have this money, and it's not just my brother's spot, it's Afrobiz, it's other entities too. The biggest donors of those businesses are white people and other race of people, but you don't care. So yeah, we're gonna figure out how to get to the children so they will understand that. So in this AI future, they will have a freaking chance. So whoever listens to this, that's a brother or sister, and you like, what the hell is he talking about? This stupid. It's all about diversity. You're dumb. Because when we started being diverse after Martin Luther King did what he had to do, you know what I'm saying? If you look at certain footage of Martin Luther King, he says, I think I leaded my people in a burning building. Because he was like, damn, we're going to take our money out of our businesses of Black ownership, and we're going to start spending with these other people because we want to be on the same bus. This, that. It was a great idea. Diversity is beautiful. But in order for certain ethnicities, because America is not truly diverse yet, because if it was diverse, it wouldn't be no Chinatown. It wouldn't be no Koreatown. It wouldn't be a little Filipina. It wouldn't be a Jewish section of town. Everyone will live among. So they're not that. See, that's that trick. So in order for us to get a piece of the American pie, which the American system is a good system. I'm not stupid. I've been overseas multiple times. And America still doesn't really have poor people. You think you poor, go overseas. Go overseas and see certain areas. Don't go in a five-star hotel. Go and see the regular local people and you would trip out. You would smell things that makes Skid Row smell good. A lot of Americans do not travel. Traveling is the true education. You're not going to get lied to. A book could lie to you because that's a man perspective. It could lie. It's the same thing as a pastor, as Dr. Umar. They're good speakers, good. Oh, they over and make you feel good. It's fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Go and see the real shit. It's boring. It's heartening. It's gross sometimes, but that's real life. And then come back to America and be like, damn, even Flint, Michigan with jacked up water because they did it on purpose. It's still, the infrastructure is way better than overseas. America is not the world yet. And I say it again, America is not the world yet. The world is rich and poor. Even black people in America are spoiled. Even the people that's right by the border in Texas, I think it's Santa Fe or something, they're spoiled compared to over the border. Why do you think people want to come here? So, my brothers and sisters, please start investing more in your own. And if those black-owned businesses suck, don't talk shit about them. Just spend your money with a black business that's doing it. So the black business can develop. And then those black businesses in the future could give your children jobs. Because a lot of black business owners have better hearts and more hearts than the bottom line other ethnicity of people, especially white men. They getting AI all day. They don't care about even their people and their employee, but they control the media, so they're gonna say that Latinos are taking our jobs. See, we all in every race have low functioning people. They put us up against each other and force stuff like this. Especially white men, they're competing against us. Why do you think they hire more black women? And then they have our black women thinking that they're actually better than black men. The black men. These are games they play. I know that it's people in other races look at the black neighborhood and say they're lazy. They need to pull their bootstraps up and get what they have to get. And this is what happened. The government put crack in our neighborhoods. And they broke up our fucking families. You wasn't there. I was there. And neighborhoods start turning to Bloods and Crips. That's what happened. So when families have been damaged, and then you're spreading addiction through sperm, they tested mice in labs, but then they put it on us and put it on our rap music. The system did it to make money off of us. We weren't going to prison enough. So they took the dads out of the house any type of way they could. And what happened is what you see now. Single parent homes. Now we have cell phones. The kids are getting taught to gangbang, to twerk, to not even want to work, to believe in entertainers. But entertainers are controlled. He or she who pays you controls you. That's the wrong people to believe in. Like one lady said, Beyonce talk about man problems, but she got a man. Look at the action. The way I'm speaking, I will never get thumbs ups. I won't get thumbs up, but if I was rapping or doing something stupid, I would get more thumbs up. Or talking about athletes, or talking about entertainers, how great they are, I would get more thumbs ups. They got us sick up here in America. How you gonna worship someone that only knows how to entertain and don't really even have life skills? You, the viewers, have more life skills than a lot of these entertainers. I'm talking about the ones that are up there. Did Michael Jackson have life skills? I beg to differ. Did he know how to get what he wanted eventually in the industry and start making money? Yes, but that's why they killed him. Because he messed with their money. You know what I'm saying? Everyday people like you and me are the ones who are battle tested, who know how to survive. We really just don't have the confidence. Just because you can't sing, just because you can't dance, and their people just start building stuff. You see their empire. Look at the East Indians. They make the most money now per household. The income. And you know what? It's not because they're getting educated at Georgia Tech or other places. You see them walking around. Really is because they have the most business owners. When you're a business owner, you could scale. You can scale. When you work for someone, you're only gonna get so up there. You're only gonna get so far. You're not gonna get no further unless you look like one of them, or your family is affluent and they just kind of put you in there. So-called, like what they say Bronny James, LeBron did for Bronny James. You know what I'm saying? What do they call it? Nepotism? Hey, everyone does it. But to me, Bronny James really could ball. I used to play basketball. He really could ball. You know what I'm saying? He somewhat played like me in high school. And I was a heck of a baller. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, family, a lot of our children, African-American children, need to be taught conflict resolution, and they need to be taught how to spend their dollars in the neighborhood, in their communities. Because if we don't start doing this, we're gonna always be slaves of America, a slave in America, not a slave outside of these gates, a slave in America. And once we stop, man, that's an African, man, that's a Jamaican, man, we better than the Jamaicans. Oh, Jamaican, like, we better than the Africans, or the African American, we better than the Africans, and the Africans, like, American black people are lazy and all that. Once we put all that bullshit to us aside and start spending with each other and recycling the dollars, the only way they could stop us is if they start killing and bombing like they used to. We got camera phones now. They do it, then we really know who we dealing with. And that really would be a devil. It really would be a devil. Or they start poisoning us. They'll try to do something. Because you see, my brothers and sisters, we're everybody money. We make everybody rich. Pay attention, look at your banking and see who you spending your money with always. If you getting some Thai food, if you're getting some pho, if you're getting some good old American food, if you're getting groceries, if you're getting gas, if you're buying an American car, where have you spent anything with black people like you? You're building their infrastructure. Family, please go on mybrothespot.com. mybrothespot.com. You could donate also, but I doubt if people do, because we're trying to develop a infrastructure for our youth and our adults also, to where they could get a great customized website. Way better than Wix, way better than GoDaddy, way better than Shopify. That they get a lot of black folks money, and you know what? You'll never be on the first page on those websites, and everybody know it but us. If you get our customized websites, you will constantly be on the first page 6 to 8 months, guaranteed. So if you're on the first page of searches, aren't you going to make more money? Aren't people going to see you? Yes. That's why if I ever lose my job, if I lost my job, I wouldn't even be tripping, because I'm getting a certain amount of money from my online business that my brother's spot customized, made my website with me and my other 2 business partners. And on top of that, they are constantly working on the search engine optimizer, SEO. So that's giving us passive income, and no one knows what our race is. Black people, African Americans, please get on this. Please list your business. If you list your business, don't just list your business and not try to pay the service fee. That's ignorant. It ain't even a lot. It don't even cost more than a combo meal. Are you freaking kidding me? I just was in a meeting on Monday. We have meetings every Monday with MBS. And it's tons of our people that list their business, but then they don't want to pay a freaking combo meal. Come on, family. It's more than the money. It's the ignorance. This is why we're dealing with the youth. And this is why we're going to figure out ways to touch our youth. Because a lot of us are far too gone. Where our mindset is spending dollars and making other people more rich and wealthy, instead of us just understanding that we have to suffer a little bit. We don't have as good as services yet than other people, because we haven't built system, because we always trying to work for people. We're always trying to work for people. Hello, how you doing? That's right, I appreciate it. Okay, hello from India. Yeah, I've been to Delhi before. Hello to you. You guys have some freaking good food. I love you guys' curry. Real talk. I am not a prejudiced brother. I just know that the reason why African Americans are in the situation we're in. Yes, we got jacked up with crack. Our families got disconnected. But you know what, family? That doesn't mean we should give up. We should always be trying to get ahead, because you know what? Our children deserve it. It's someone right now having a baby and the father's not going to be there. That's harming our communities almost as much as a drug dealer. Do you know that? You're jacking up our culture. It's not their fault. They don't understand. And some women just have kids just to get an 18-year contract. Yes, survival. The baby's a paycheck. And then the man who has it, you know, especially if he don't have athlete money, he suffers. He really doesn't have a lot of money where he could maneuver, travel, get more educated. And he does that to himself because He doesn't have instructions. Like when I grew up, I had instructions because I had my father. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have my father and my mom just brought me up, it could be a gamble. I could have maybe became a Crip in my neighborhood in LA. For real talk. So this is why the government works so hard, spend billions of dollars to break up our families, to put people on medications, they do all this stuff because they want to make their bottom line. They're doing it to everyone, but they do it to African Americans too. And it's nothing the matter with thinking and getting better and getting out of that bullshit way. Because I feel if our people start spending more of their time and money on LLCs and businesses and all that, the government will kind of like chill out on trying to put us in prison. Because a lot of times with the research that my brother Spot have done, you know, the whole tech and all that, a lot of us wasn't paying the taxes, that we weren't creating LLCs. We were just paying cash and bartering and doing stuff like that. So a government all over the world is going to be like, well, shit, how can we squeeze more money out of these people? Well, they started putting us in prison even more because it's cheap labor. We make that decision. Governments aren't friendly. And our government now is a corporation. It's not even, it's an armed corporation. It's not families. American governments aren't family, they're corporations. And they don't have any feelings. They want to dominate, plunder. That's what it's about. So you got to unify and do all you could do to protect yourself. And my people aren't good at that. Not yet. My people, stop looking for leaders and let's dominate with groups. Leaders is, get that shit out of here. All they have to do is kill them and poison them. Whole group of people, like thousands of people, that's pretty hard to. Why you think the Taliban and all that, all those people that and the Vietnamese when we went to Vietnam, why you think they didn't get beat? Because who was their leader? Everybody knew what was up. They knew what they had to do. Stop the worship. Brothers and sisters, we worship too much. Fuck that shit. We a group. Everybody plays a great role. And when they come together, we make a whole superhuman race of people. And I think the world would be better if African Americans ran it, or Jamaicans ran it, or because we're the most peaceful people. We're the most peaceful. We're strong as hell physically and all that, but we're actually the most peaceful people. Research it. Don't put your emotions in it. Our people will not abuse the world. So if you had black people at the head, would it be all this pollution everywhere? No. I'll just leave it as that. I'll just leave it as that. We are special people. We just are getting taken advantage of now. And also, a lot of us don't even like ourselves. I'm Jay Hadwin. I'm the brand ambassador of My Brother Spot and host on My Brother Spot YouTube channel. Have a nice day. Happy Friday. Peace.